Basketball on the Big Ten Network, presented by Jeep. A couple teams in search of their first conference win getting together this afternoon. The Iowa Hawkeyes hosting the Michigan Wolverines. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Iowa City alongside the pride of Altoona, Iowa. Sean Morris. I'm Dave Revson. If you like offense, each of these teams, 166 all-time meeting, and the Wolverines control the tip. Here is McDaniel. Dump it inside. Burnett trying to find an opening, cut off nicely by Freeman.
Nice job by Freeman moving his feet.
Shot clock under 10. Reed having trouble inside. He is tied up and he loses it. Sanford to the floor. Loose ball again. And Reed's got it for Michigan. And now Iowa's saying that should be a shot clock violation. I guess the issue. And chosen we know because they gave Michigan the ball. Boy, Freeman just got it right in his face there. And it's going to go to Iowa.
How about answering the bell as a true freshman being inserted into the starting lineup and not just doing it, but doing it on the defensive end of the floor. And he caught one right in the yapper, but it'll get his team an extra possession.
Now Sanford missing the layup. No one has broken the seal yet to this point. Nearly 2 minutes in, 5 seconds to shoot. Reed in on Freeman, doesn't go, and the rebound to Krikke.
And both teams have been able to get in the lane, which has been a problem. Unfortunately, offensively, none conversion.
There are the first two, Tony Perkins. Reed out top. Spinning in on Freeman. Reed strong to the hoop.
And that's a freshman mistake.
First all time here at Iowa. McCaffrey through the lane and lays it in. Shot clock again, under 10. Kamala, Tennessee transfer. In the corner, Burnett's got to put it up. That doesn't go, and Perkins has the board for the Hawks. Here's McCaffrey for three. That's a great. Llewellyn is sitting this game out. Tweaked his knee in practice this week. 6 seconds to shoot. They have been really sluggish on this end. Kamala. Now Williams for three. That's a big shot for the latter 2/3 of last season. Krikke out top. There's Krikke with the pull-up, and that goes.
Well, he has such a nice mid-range game. Along that baseline, either side, very effective. Good job of not dribbling into a problem. A lot of guys would try to put the ball on the floor. Instead of taking the 12-footer, try to make it an 8-footer and dribble into defensive pressure. Here, Krikke took what the defense gave him.
Transfer from Valparaiso. Williams working on Sanford. Inside to Reed, having troubles with it, and Reed up and in.
Really nice job by Reed.
In Des Moines, the excitement tips off at 7 Eastern, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Of course, Clark and the Hawkeyes in action just before us, topping Wisconsin. Reed again, and a expecting shot.
Better defensive transition there by Michigan.
Here's Krikke down low, and he will go to the strike.
Well done by Krikke, Dave. He kind of held for a beat. That allowed the defender to turn his head. Once he saw that, he rolled.
Year of eligibility. In addition to being a hoops guy, big Edmonton Oilers fan.
I'm not going to live in Canada and not have some favorite hockey.
I agree. He does not play hockey himself, which of course is the first question we reflexively ask every Canadian. But he is an Oilers fan. It's one of two free throws. Trey Jackson into the game for Michigan. Does not get the roll, but he will go to the line.
Short elbow. Chance for two here.
And Jackson against Indiana as Jackson hits them both.
And about as efficient as you can hope for. 78% field goal percentage for Cheddar on the year, reflecting the fact last time out, to your point, Dave, 6 of 7 from the floor versus Indiana.
Here's Krikke, and he'll go back to the stripe. as Krikke hits the first in 1997. As Krikke hits one of two. That one doesn't go, and it's Cheddar chasing it down for the Wolverines.
Didn't really come off his hand cleanly. Usually has a nice backspin. That had a little bit of a side motion on it.
Here's Cheddar backing down Sanford. Cheddar strong to the hoop.
Well done by Cheddar of understanding he had the size advantage, and then he kept that pivot foot anchored and able to step through.
So the Wolverines up by 2. McCaffrey. Shot clock under 10. Here's Perkins. McCaffrey going to try another 3. This one is short. And it's tracked down by Bowen. Down low, Krikke for an easy 2.
Well done by Bowen. You had Michigan kind of reaching for it. Bowen took the extra step, got both hands on it, and we talked about the offensive efficiency of Cheddar. How about the efficiency of taking care of the basketball by Bowen? A 5-to-1 assist turnover ratio.
He's the Big Ten in that category, as well as free throw shooting. There's Terrence Williams the second, and that one goes. And now Williams on the run. In the corner, Kamwa for 3. Well off the mark. And Bowen has it for Iowa.
Well, that's a dangerous pass.
It was indeed. McCaffrey hanging in the air and got it.
And you can tell, Dave, that
one of the big things Phil Martelli talked to us about was trying to cut off Iowa's transition. And now off the steal, it is Perkins. And he is fouled hard by Jackson.
North Dakota, 110 put up.
And very good year. Perkins able to hit them both.
Pressure, David. Showing a little bit of zone here, giving Michigan something different to look at defensively. When the ball is sticking, they haven't reversed it at all.
5 to shoot. Burnett weaving through. In on Krikke, gets it to go. Goal against Indiana, just 5 of 23 from the field the last 3. Josh Dix in there as well for the Hawks. He'll launch a 3 that doesn't go, and Cheddar has it for Michigan. Past the halfway point of this first half. Great feed to Reed. Knocked away by Freeman, but they called for the foul.
Unimpeded view from McDaniel.
Terrace Reed.
3 or 4 minutes of this ball game.
10 of 26 from the line, make it 11. Reed, nice feed on the baseline. Jackson trapped down and under, and DePelle comes away with it for Iowa. Here's Harding on the run. Now Dix for 3. Rims out. And the rebound to Cheddar. Reed in the open court, and he lays it in. Oh, Terrace Reed. Here's Harding. Shot clock under 10. Shot clock under 5. The fadeaway by Dix, and he rolls it home.
Nice job by Dix of kind of using that side. It was inspiring, to say the least.
This is Price Sanford into the game. Shot clock at 4. Now Harding's going to have to put it up for the Hawks. The leader that goes. So the freshman Harding able to hit there for Iowa.
And that showed some moxie, Dave, because we're sitting close enough. We could hear him calling for the basketball with the shot clock winding down. Not only did he call for it, he went and aggressively got it. Oh boy, they missed all. Too late. They had him earlier.
Well, worked out. Reed will go to the free throw line.
It was really cool, Dave, to see how they interacted with that.
Well, they were great. It was very, very close to home for them. Patrick McCaffrey was called. They didn't get it. And Price Sanford the other way for Iowa. Here is Harding working on Cheddar, and Harding loses it. Burnett the other way now for Michigan. Burnett strong to the hoop and lays it in.
Really well done by Burnett. He got the ball in his offhand and used that inside hand to ward off Harding.
Dix. DePelle backing in on Cheddar. Great feed. Ross who throws it down. Dix has it for Iowa. And now Harding going to reset the offense. Harding, the jumper on the way that goes. Not be a shooting foul. It's the 5th foul on Michigan. Perkins inside Krikke. Working on Kamwa. What a nice move. Michigan. Wolverines down by 1. McDaniel nearly loses it. Knocks it back out to Kamwa. Williams on the drive into Sanford and lays it in.
Boy, Williams has provided a nice offensive lift, knocked down a couple of threes early, then good job of playing through some contact and putting his shoulder into the defender.
Sanford's turnaround doesn't go. Tipped around by Krikke, and a foul. As Perkins hits both there for the Hawk City.
Now we're kind of mixing and matching. A couple of times they played straight zone off of extending that pressure. Here they stick with the man-to-man.
Burnett. Cheddar for 3. Will Cheddar adds to his outstanding percentage. He's now 12 of 16 from 3 on the year, so 75% from 3-point range as Krikke answers with a 2.
Boy, he has outstanding footwork. We saw his utilization of the shot fake a couple possessions ago. Here, you plant, up, under, rip it through, get to the strong left hand.
Krikke into double figures, 9th time in 10 games. Jackson answers on the other end with a hanger of his own.
Way too easy defensively given up there by the Iowa Hawkeyes. This kind of a straight line drive from the corner.
Perkins around the Krikke screen. Now Sanford. Krikke had the mismatch, but Burnett stuck with him, blocked. Here, Iowa 16 points in the paint so far. About a 14-second difference, shot clock and game clock. Here's Burnett with a head of steam. Gets his man in the air, knocked away by Perkins, but he's called for the foul.
Pretty good job initially defensively.
At Morgan Park High School. And he hits them both. So 6 points for Damari Burnett. Plenty of time here for Iowa to get one last shot.
And the Wolverines only 67% foul shooting on the year coming into this ballgame, but that has been a big friend of theirs so far here in the first 20 minutes.
They've been 8 of 9 so far from the stripe. Here's McCaffrey through the lane, hanging in the air. It's blocked away by Kamwa. Still 4 seconds. Just offensive first half. White Sanford, nice ball fake, and the freshman can't get it to go. And that sends us to the locker room with Michigan on top, 35-33, Sean.
In that area.
Iowa yet to win a game this year when they're held under 80, and they are on pace right now for 66. So we'll see how this second half plays out. But right off the bat, the Hawks nearly turn it over. Ball on the floor. Freeman goes down and gets it. And they get 2 out of it, down low to Perkins.
I tell you what, Freeman did that to start the ball game, Dave. Hitting down.
Young man who we mentioned has made quite an impact early on here in his career as Kamwa misses. Perkins brings it the other way. Here's Sanford. Feeds it inside, and Krikke's got 2 more.
Good job of coming under control by Sanford and then utilizing the proper angle and spin on that bounce pass.
So Iowa back on top, our 8th lead change in this game. The team's looking for their first conference win. Terrence Williams left it well short, but Reed back up, and he will go to the stripe.
Wow.
The foul is on Freeman. That is his 3rd as Reed misses. Look as if Freeman is going to check out of the game. Reed missing both of them. Williams with the rebound. And McDaniel. That doesn't go. McCaffrey's got it.
Really good job by Perkins of attacking the shooting pocket of McDaniel when he went into that 3-point shot.
McDaniel now on the run. Drops it for Burnett. The three ball goes. Trying to get it to Freeman. Sanford gets it back. Three ball on the way. And Kamala has it for Michigan.
Well, they were lucky to even have an opportunity to shoot the ball. That was not an initial good passing decision by Sanford.
Burnett with a three. Nothing but net. Burnett in.
Offensive island. McDaniel returns the favor.
McDaniel yet to score in this game. Kamala yet to score. Those are the two leading scorers for Michigan, and yet here they are on top by 4. Here's Kamala trying to get his first points, and he does.
Way too easy, just a breakdown in communication on that far side, and that allowed the three-point shooter to step into it without anyone impeding his view.
9-0 run here for Michigan.
Be a good time to get it to that guy. Yep, that's not his area of strength, though. That's a settle.
McDaniel, Kamala with him, alley-oop jam. And Iowa
Michigan has been held in check in terms of being able to get out in transition. This shows you what happens when they are able. Nice connection between McDaniel and Kamala with his left hand.
And into Krikke, 7 seconds to shoot. Krikke gets his man in the air and can't get the roll, but he will go to the line. Into the portal. And a really good fit here. It's 1 of 2.
And his quickness against the freshman.
Dix tries to shuffle it inside Dembele, but they turn it over. Now Reed working the baseline and the reverse.
How about the level of offensive confidence we've seen from Reed here today, Dave? I mean, he turned, faced, ripped it through, really playing confidently. It started at the beginning of the ball game because he got involved with some hustle plays.
16 points now for him, adding to his career high. Harding draws some contact, no call, but he lays it in.
The Hawkeyes offensively.
Shooting just 36% on the game, a team that shoots 47% on the year coming in.
And 51 at home.
McDaniel rattles in. Big shot there by Doug McDaniel, so a couple field goals for him here in the second half, and the lead is up to 13 here for Michigan. Dembele, free throw line jumper that goes.
Nice to see him rewarded after all the hustle plays last possession.
Dembele, who grew up in Mali, went to high school at St. Benedict's Prep in New Jersey, the alma mater of the former commissioner of the Big Ten, Jim Delaney, who was a heck of a player there in his day.
Certainly did all right by this conference.
He did. Here's Reed inside, adding to his career high. That now for Reed. I mean, he has obliterated his career high, which is we've been trying to pick up what would be their most impressive win of the year. They do have a nice win over St. John's at the Garden. Harding knocking that one away. Dembele able to corral it. And now Dembele, offensive foul. That was an easy call.
Yeah.
That is the third on Dembele.
Yeah, and Dembele made a heck of a catch on what was a poor passing decision. And
now Fran's been teed up. And Fran McCaffrey is furious. Being held back there by his staff, Sherman Dillard, Matt Gatens. Rolls it home. This is the foul call, and I don't know, Sean, seems pretty straightforward to me. What do you think?
I would agree. I mean, he dips the shoulder. Again, there's nothing to obstruct the view, and the frustration had continued over from the previous possession when you had Bowen, who got called with the offensive foul, and then you had another one there. I thought Cheddar did a good job.
Jackson hanging, can't hit, but he is fouled. Yeah, that was a more unusual call, I would say, the area.
And he just dipped his shoulder and just tried to bully through.
And now we got a whistle, and a second technical has been called on Fran McCaffrey. He has been thrown out of the game. Head to the locker room after being teed up for the second time. McCaffrey thrown out of the game after 2 quick tees. You see Fran McCaffrey circled And then just teed up again. So here's McDaniel. Jackson. Cheddar for three. That doesn't go. A rare miss for him. Freeman the rebound. And here comes Sanford for Iowa. Now Freeman. And he throws it down. Technical fouls for him. See whether that lights a fire under his team, which has a lot of ground to make up. Krikke spinning on Cheddar. Good defense there from Cheddar.
You mentioned that scoring run put forth by the Wolverines. Don't forget the Iowa Hawkeyes scored the first 4 points in the second half.
Sanford getting the roll there. Those are the first 2 points for him. Guy who averages about 14 per game. Now the turnover. Perkins. Sanford had trouble with the pass. Here's Freeman on the low block. Freeman backing in, and he'll go to the strike. Wayne High School, where he paired up with Brock Harding and won the state championship in Illinois. Last high school team in America that plays in an arena that once housed an NBA team. The Tri-Cities Blackhawks played there before becoming the St. Louis Hawks and then the Atlanta Hawks. And early in my career, I had a chance to see a lot of games at Wharton Fieldhouse. It is a super cool venue.
A lot of good basketball played over there.
Western Big Six Conference.
Zone defense being employed here by the Hawkeyes, trying to slow down Michigan offensively.
There's Kamwa. Gets the roll.
Too easy, but a nice job by Kamwa of going to the baseline and then coming up behind that last line of Iowa defense.
Here's Krikke. And count the basket. Krikke will go to the line.
And Krikke allows Kamwa to come up behind, make himself available.
If you choose not to attack it, they'll back it out.
Now, even with this lead, Dave, if you're Michigan, you want to continue to attack offensively. You know, we've seen in the non-conference in particular when teams kind of took their foot off the offensive pedal and allowed the opposition to creep back in.
Shot clock at 5. The lob to Cheddar. Strong off the glass, no, but it's followed up and in by Jackson. Here's Krikke. Gets his man in the air, and he's fouled.
Boy, and that was going to be up for the right-hand finish, but when he went to the strong hand on the left side, that's what allowed the defender to come over and knock it away.
Now Krikke will have to earn them from the free throw line. It was on Jackson.
Yeah.
I had to have said something on the way by. Nothing evident from the... He missed them both. Yeah, Krikke fares from the strike here. 10th game as a Hawkeye. And he does just that. So 20 points for Krikke. And the lead down to 14. Here's McDaniel. This time they attack the press, and McDaniel gets 2. Sanford out of the corner. Goes high off the glass.
Nice contest there by Williams of attacking that right-handed shooting pocket.
And McDaniel hits. So Doug McDaniel did not score in the first half. Has 9 here in the second. And the lead back out to 18. Perkins hanging in the air. And he was hit in the mouth. Go to the free throw line.
And we talked about it at the end of the first half, Dave, the fact that Michigan had to feel pretty good.
Win here, get back to 500 overall. Perkins hits him. There's Kamwa. The jumper from Burnett does not go. Williams tried to tip it, no good. And Perkins the other way for the Hawks. Perkins got Cheddar on skates and he lays it in. Here's Cheddar. Right around Freeman, but can't get it to go. Sanford the other way for Iowa. Tried to force it into Krikke, ill-advised pass. McDaniel now to Cheddar the other way, and Cheddar the easy 2.
How about the 4-point swing? 2 that Iowa left wanting on a poor passing decision in transition, and then leads to an easy breakout on the other end for Michigan.
Perkins' little bully ball on Cheddar. City where Michigan has blown open what was a door here for the senior from Indianapolis. Hits him. Burnett now in the corner. McDaniel for three. Reed with the rebound.
Reed has been phenomenal keeping plays alive.
Kamwa got it. Points for Kamwa, Sean.
He's the beneficiary, Dave, of another hustle play by Reed. Keeping that thing alive on the offensive glass. Even though he wasn't able to catch it cleanly, he kept it alive. Reed has been not just statistically excellent, but also intangible.
And now the Hawkeyes nearly turned it over, but a whistle. He's known more for his defense, but he's really done everything.
On the offensive end of the floor, a couple of times actually demanding the basketball and then isolating his defender one-on-one.
Daniels got it for Michigan, and now again they will pull it out. Six to shoot. Burnett working on Dix. In the corner, Williams got it.
And has not allowed Iowa to get into any kind of offensive flow in the transition part of their ball game.
Phil Martelli was talking to us yesterday, too, about a boxer's mentality, kind of the notion of getting knocked down and get Ellie. Again, the acting head coach for Michigan. We saw Juwan Howard, had a chance to talk to him yesterday, was at the practice, said he's feeling good, but comfortable with this setup for now with Phil Martelli acting as the head coach and Juwan in an assistant role. The free throw line trying to add to his 20 points. Megan Buffkin plus Hunter Dickinson as well, who transferred to staff of St. John's. They played fabulously. But aside from that, this is about as well as they played.
Especially on the defensive end of the floor, taking away what the opposition wanted to do.
And McDaniel, nice feed down low there to Cheddar, who is holding his ankle. He's going to be at the Palestra. The Michigan people particularly consistent in the varsity game. They were playing LaSalle High School at the Palestra, and the star for LaSalle High School was none other than Fran McCaffrey. And it is amazing how well each one of those guys remembered the game. In vivid detail, right? Which is someone who can remember things that happened 40 years ago, but not where I put my car keys. I can completely relate to. Terrace Reed with an exclamation point now. 21 points for Reed. Here's Cricky with the layup. Disappointing showing here for...
They went up to East Lansing and just kind of really took it to the Spartans, especially physically. That's not something you see in the Badgers, a very experienced team. But to your point, Dave, this was a game that they didn't really shoot the ball well to start, and Michigan did not allow them to get anything easy or comfortable in transition. And even though they didn't score a lot of post-up points, did the Wolverines, their ability to get in the lane and force Iowa to scramble defensively got them some open shots, especially from guys like Harrison in the first half.
And it's just hard to win games, too, when you're 1 of 15 from three, as Iowa is in this game.
And when that's such a big part of what you want to do.
Right. Sanford committing the foul there. Dig an 0-2 hole.
Well, and Nebraska, to your point, they were dominant. Impressive come from behind win for a team that is starting to try to incorporate a few transfers, especially in the backcourt, and to do that without Garcia for the bulk of that ball game, really impressive for Coach Ben Johnson.
Here's McCaffrey, three ball, and it rattles home. It's the second three for Iowa, both of them coming from Patrick McCaffrey. I think this will fall in the category, though, of too little, too late. Iowa, though, is not thrown in the towel. They are still following. We were talking a little bit with Hauser.
Yep. Joey Hauser was a guy that didn't do a whole lot of another option for Walker because he is going to draw
71, a 16-point advantage for Michigan. Youssef Khayat into the game for the Wolverines, and he is fouled. Summer tour of France last year. For playing time. George Washington, the third, is in there, along with Cooper Smith for Michigan. And Sanford hits the three.
Is that only their third made three of the day?
And wow, two of them have come here in the last couple minutes. Sanford with the steal. He'll try another one. And Sanford hits another one. 10 points for him.
To get in the lane, and even though they weren't necessarily scoring there, create opportunities for the others. After Iowa scored the first 4 points here to begin the second stanza, it has essentially been all Michigan.
Ball on the Hawkeyes in the backcourt, and so George Washington, 24 points per game as a high school senior. Washington, second one goes. McCaffrey. That doesn't go. Knocked around there, and the Wolverines come out of there with it. It's Smith. And I think that Iowa perhaps called off the dogs here. Impressive win for Michigan, Sean.
It really was. They were able to kind of get things going with some hustle plays. Reed was outstanding on the offensive end of the floor, calling and demanding the basketball, especially with McDaniel scoreless in the first half. And then their leader was able to get going on the offensive end. But I think it was the defensive transition. Iowa was not able to get into any kind of offensive flow.
Just 14 fast break points for the Hawkeyes. You combine that with the issues shooting it from behind the arc. That shot excluded. And it adds up to a win on the road for Michigan as the Wolverines end their 3-game skid, just their second win in their last 7 games, as they take it by the final of 90-80. That does it from Carver Hawkeye Arena. Again, Michigan State taking on Nebraska next here on the Big Ten Network. For Sean Morris and our entire crew, I'm Dave Revson. Let's go to Corey Probus and Stephen Bardo.